Happy birthday, CNIB. You are looking very good for 100 years. And thank you for all the terrific services you have provided for so many Canadians across the country. So let's take a stroll down memory lane with Executive Director Gary Nenson.
The CNIB itself was started from blinded war veterans that were coming back from World War I. And they were blinded in the war, and there was no real social network for individuals who were blind in Canada. And so 7 individuals, many who came back from World War I, and that was coupled with the Halifax explosion. In the Halifax explosion, there was a whole lot of shattered glass that blinded hundreds and hundreds of individuals. And it was really those two things that was the impetus for the start of CNIB. And just to give some perspective of how far we've come, at the very beginning stages of the CNIB Library, this was one book that was recorded onto this particular tape, and this was sent to an individual, and they had this unit in their home, and they would take this tape, they would play the book, they would return it then to CNIB, and we would use this in turn to send out to another individual. We had a very limited number of books at the time, and it was a very cumbersome process, as you can see. And now a lot of people are actually downloading their book from our repository of books. We have about 125,000 titles within our collection today, and people can either download or get their books on CDs. And we've also partnered with public libraries right across the entire country, where our collection is available to, I believe it's about 96 or 97% of public libraries across the country. So all people with print disabilities can enjoy a book in an audio format. Technology is another big thing. In today's day and age, it's very prevalent, and folks are really interested in getting technology in their hands. With the unemployment and underemployment rate being the way that it is, lots of people are unable to afford current technologies and data plans and different things like that. So we're investing in technology, investing in data plans, ensuring that we can get that in the hands of the individuals that actually require that. When individuals are introduced to CNIB, oftentimes we receive a doctor's report in the form of writing from either an ophthalmologist or an optometrist or a general practitioner. And it's important to us that when we're trying to work out a program for an individual that comes to us, that we have a very clear understanding of what their eye condition is. So we work with the Manitoba Association of Optometry, and they come and they join us each and every day throughout the week. And as individuals come to us through referrals, we actually do an eye exam on those individuals to understand the full extent of their vision loss. So then we can, as I've mentioned, introduce other programs that are going to make the best of the remaining useful vision that those individuals have. Really. We are super excited about introducing a guide dog program. And it's really to commemorate, I guess, our past century and move us into the second century. And that was one other thing that our consumers talked with us about. There are guide dog schools in Canada. Our consumers said that there is a need to train dogs that are specific to people who are blind or partially sighted. So our principle is we're only going to breed certain breeds. The principle is that we're only going to train the dogs for blind and partially sighted consumers and no one else. And one of the other principles is that we're going to cover the entire costs through our generous donors to ensure that an individual that receives a guide dog it doesn't have to worry about the costs of the vet bills and the care and the feeding and the training and the raising that goes on with that particular dog.